So one of the coolest things I have is this right here. It is my Maximo Nivel TFL certification course book, and it has class observations. Whoa. This is put together improperly. I'm not sure. Okay, so it is over here. Okay, so all right. So the page is a little messed up, but it's all right. And right here, I have the four critical ESL techniques. Like we did these exercises where we watched Savannah or something teach, and then we would critique Savannah and talk about eliciting CCQ, error correction, student talk time, rapport building, lesson format, engagement, model, practice, activation, pitfalls, and recommendations. So I highly suggest taking the TFL Maximo Nivel course because I would never have had that experience. Because I took a TEFL course online, a TEFL TESOL course, and it did not include that. And that was something very interesting for me to see because I had not seen someone teach in the way that Savannah had taught. And, it was very off the cuff. When you do a TEFL course online or TESOL course, it's very scripted, and they take probably 5 takes or something for like this pretend class that they have. With Savannah, it was like, well, I'm just gonna stand here and I'm gonna teach. I'm gonna play these games with the people and just completely like off the cuff, and it was very interesting to see that. Then we had our mini lessons. So this is the mini lessons part. And for my first mini lesson, I made a paper boat. So I have like the steps on how to make the paper boat. And then I go over how to fold the paper boat step by step, and I had my students do it. And one of my best students, I believe Antonio, finished making his paper boat. So that was excellent. And then I got the teacher evaluation, but it was my first like teaching moment in at Maximo Nivel Manuel Antonio, and I didn't realize that my students were not going to understand everything, and so I had to go over a lot of stuff. And because I was used to teaching at Foundation Mohair, where all my students really understood everything, and so once I started with this boat instruction, I realized I was not gonna have enough time. But luckily, like one of my students, Antonio, did the steps as I talked. So that was cool. And then I have my art vocabulary words project right here. And the art vocabulary words are just words, that talk about art. Like, I am an artist. I love to draw. I draw things like shells. I use paint and paintbrush and a paintbrush to make a painting. Painting and drawing is fun. I paint and draw often. So there's all sorts of fun stuff. To paint, to painting, to draw. Like, these were my vocabulary words. That was the second one. I remember making that at that Italian restaurant because I was like, it's so hot. I'm hungry. I'm just gonna. Well, now it seems like a splurge because like I completely splurged on steak, which is really expensive now that I've been living here in Latin America for a long time. Like, yeah, that is really expensive meal, but back then it was I think like $30, $40, just maybe $50 at most. just like any restaurant meal in America. And so I was just like having my steak, and then now I'm like, yeah. But I do get a lot of meat here.